Hello and welcome to AAPC's Campaign Excellence Award Ceremony. Thank you so much for taking the time to gather today to honor this year's winners. I really wish we were all together in person at the Poly Conference next year. And I do want to say that we all hope that you and your family and friends are all staying safe and healthy at this time. And to keep your business healthy, AAPC is pushing to make sure that our members get full access to the relief being offered to businesses today. We've filed a lawsuit to gain more access to the SBA's programs, and we'll be sure to keep you up to date on all of those developments. But today, we're taking a moment to recognize the exceptional work on both sides of the aisle in 2019. Becky?
The Campaign Excellence Awards are a long-standing tradition at AAPC. We recognize those people who have significantly contributed to the success of a candidate or a public affairs campaign. And we honor those whose conduct has been consistent with the professional code of ethics at AAPC. Throughout today's ceremony, we'll hear from several AAPC board members as they introduce each award recipient and share media from the winning campaign. So what are we waiting for? Without further ado, let's honor the 2020 Campaign Excellence Award winners.
The first award recognizes excellence in a public affairs issue advocacy campaign. The campaign achieved high impact results with few resources. It brought unique awareness to animal issues and fundamentally changed public opinion and public policy. Receiving our Public Affairs Campaign of the Year award, congratulations, White Coat Waste Project, steered by Anthony Bellotti.
Thank you, AAPC, for honoring White Coat Waste Project as the Public Affairs Campaign of the Year.
This award recognizes an individual who held overall responsibility for campaign operations for a non-statewide candidate. He served as campaign manager for a state Senate race, up against a self-funded campaign in a seat that had been regarded solely as Republican. Yet his leadership resulted in the first red to blue flip in the country in 2019. Receiving our Campaign Manager of the Year award for a non-statewide candidate, congratulations, Jacob Redfern of the Pam Iovino campaign for state Senate.
Thank you so much for this honor of being named Campaign Manager of the Year for non-statewide races due to my work with the Pam Iovino for State Senate campaign. I couldn't have done it without the great team of consultants, all of the stakeholders, and of course our whole campaign team.
Hey everybody, hope everybody's well out there. This next award goes for an individual who is the Campaign Manager of the Year from Wisconsin, the Cheese State, and the Hagedorn for Wisconsin Supreme Court. This next awardee was very important, played a very important role in this race because if the Republicans had lost this seat in 2019, and they could have lost control in 2020. So this was important to hold on to the seat for a long, long time. This campaign was outspent 5-1. All the national interest came in on the other side. They kind of did it on the shoestrings. They did a really good job. They turned out 165,000 more voters in 2019 than they did in 2018. So please congratulate the Republican Campaign Manager of the Year, Stephen Thompson from Battleground Strategies.
Hey everyone, I hope you're staying healthy and hopeful. I just want to thank the AAPC for the award, and I particularly want to thank the grassroots volunteers who helped Justice Brian Hagedorn defy the odds last year. Thank you.
This award similarly recognizes an individual who held overall campaign responsibility for operations for a statewide candidate campaign for Democrats. This awardee was campaign manager for the only Democratic incumbent governor up for re-election in 2019. And it was rough. He was in a historically Republican state, the state I've worked in, Louisiana, and I know how tough it can be for any Democrat, especially statewide. His efforts resulted in Governor Edwards being the first Democratic governor in more than 40 years to be re-elected in Louisiana, despite, get this number, $50 million spent against him. That is a lot of cash. Receiving our statewide Campaign Manager of the Year, and I mixed the Sazerac just for this occasion. Please join me in congratulating Richard Carbo from the John Bell Edwards for Louisiana campaign. Laissez le bon temps rouler!
This award recognizes an outstanding individual who has served as the lead pollster or researcher for a Republican candidate, campaign, or cause. This awardee served as pollster and strategist for 2 U.S. senators and 17 members of Congress in the 2019 election cycle. As pollster for the Dan Bishop for Congress campaign, he faced a complicated electorate and guided his candidate to a 2-point margin of victory, allowing the GOP to hold on to North Carolina's 9th district. His advice and counsel helped Dan Bishop's approval rating jump from 37% to 51% in just 6 months, and ultimately won Bishop a ticket to the U.S. Congress. Receiving our Republican Pollster of the Year award, please congratulate Rob Autry from Meeting Street Insights.
This is super cool. Thank you. I'm deeply moved and honored to have been selected as your Republican Pollster of the Year. I'd also like to thank the Bishop campaign and the NRCC for allowing me and the Meeting Streets team to play a small role in your successes, but thank you everybody. This is awesome.
Democratic Pollster of the Year Award. This award recognizes an individual who was the lead pollster on a Democratic candidate campaign or cause. And today's awardee has more than 2 decades of experience in Democratic campaigns. He helped craft the message and develop the target audience for Lori Lightfoot's historic mayoral campaign in Chicago. He had the additional challenge of a low turnout February election and 13 other candidates in the field, many of whom were well-known and well-funded. His efforts resulted in Lightfoot's ability to win in every neighborhood in Chicago. Please join me in congratulating Jason McGrath of GBAO Strategies as the Democratic Pollster of the Year. Congratulations, Jason.
Just want to give a quarantine thank you to the AAPC for this honor. Truly appreciate it. Also, of course, to everyone at GBAO, thank you so much for all of your support. To the Lightfoot for Chicago team who stuck with it even when we were down at 3% 4 weeks out. And, of course, to Mayor Lightfoot herself, who was crazy enough to trust us and who is really doing a great job for the city of Chicago. So thank you, everyone.
The next award recognizes excellence in a Republican campaign at any level. This team was being majorly outspent by liberal groups in the fall 2019 Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Their goal was to narrow the gap of spending the last week of the campaign and to put what resources they could into narrowly targeted turnout models for the Republican vote. They ended up winning by 6,000 votes. So it is my great pleasure to award the Republican Campaign of the Year to my good friends David Konevsky and Jean Ohm and Tim Cameron, and I'm going to read everybody's names so I don't forget anybody. Keegan Barron, Casey Phillips, Darren Schmitz, Brian Kind, Matt Walcher, and Andrew Wynn, all from the RSLCJFI Independent Expenditure Effort. Congratulations, guys. It was a great win.
Spreading false attacks against conservative rule of law judge Brian Hagedorn, just like they did against Justice Kavanaugh. But when conservatives stand together, we win.
Hey, Dennis Rodman here. How you guys doing? 5-time NBA champion. I know something about winning, some things about winning. You know, 5 times, hello, here we go. But I'm here to accept this award on behalf of a bunch of winners. Here is the DK and the rest of the winning team from Wisconsin being national champions, guys. Awesome, brothers, awesome. Can't wait for this shit to be open, baby, so we can all go back and do our job. Congratulations, guys, from Wisconsin, DK.
Democratic Campaign of the Year Award. Our final award recognizes cross-discipline excellence in a Democratic campaign at any level. And this was one of the most watched campaigns last year and faced many challenges, from polling the very diverse electorate to trying to turn out record numbers of African American voters, all the while trying to attract pro-Trump Republicans into the fold. The campaign focused on the candidate delivering for everyday people in the state, and ultimately it resulted in a big Election Day win for Democrats. Receiving the Democratic Campaign of the Year award is the John Bell Edwards campaign. Please join me in congratulating Josh Grossfeld, John Anzalone, Zach McCrary, Jared Arsement, Scott Arsenault, Ann Lewis, Kate Magsamen, and the Gumbo Pack IE. Congratulations, everyone.
Hi, this is Zach McCrary of ALG Research, accepting the recognition of Campaign of the Year on behalf of the cast of hundreds involved in the successful effort to re-elect Governor John Bell Edwards in Louisiana. Thank you to the AAPC for this honor. The full list would be too long to mention, but I did want to specifically call out members of the campaign: Richard Carbo, our manager, Kia Beckham, Eric Hull, Alice Visoci. On the consultant side, my partner, John Anzalone, and I handled the polling. Our media team was Jared Arsenault on television. Bill Roussel handled much of the radio. Julia Ager and Sapphire Strategies was our digital firm. Direct mail was Wildfire Contact, specifically Josh Grossfeld and Maura Tracy. Scott Arsenault put together an incredible GeoTV operation down the stretch. Jones Mandel handled our own research needs as well. And on the hard side, the DGA was indispensable. Marshall Cohen, David Turner, and most importantly, we had a phenomenal candidate in Governor John Bell Edwards, who provided us with the incredible success stories of his first term and did the hard work necessary to ensure the campaign had the resources necessary to communicate those stories. Thank you again to the AAPC. Hope everyone is staying safe, and see you soon down the road.
So on behalf of the AAPC, we want to congratulate all of you for your hard work and dedication during the 2019 election cycle. You can view all of the winning campaigns in the Winners Book, which is on our website, theaapc.org.
This year, we are campaigning in uncharted territory created by a global pandemic. From social distancing to stay-at-home orders to the recession, the pandemic is changing how and where we campaign. But I know that we're going to see incredible innovation and creative problem solving from our members to meet the challenge. Best of luck in all of your campaigns this year, and thanks again for joining us today.